back to Rays of Tarot. So in today's Pick a Pile, Pick a Crystal reading, we are going to look into whatever it is that your person or the person that you're currently thinking about. Doesn't have to be a romantic connection, definitely could be. Spoiler alert, there's definitely some romantic energy right here, since I'm filming the intro as per usual after I film the actual piles. But basically we're going to look into whatever it is that your person either hasn't had the opportunity to tell you, or they haven't had the courage to tell you, or just something that they have kept to themselves, both in general and about you. So in the first portions of the readings, we're going to look into pre-shuffled oracles that I have for you, and we're going to look just in general about their energy and things that they haven't really told you, but things that they wanted to tell you but they haven't been able to tell you. Okay, so we're not just going to mindlessly mind your person's business. These are things that they kind of feel the urge or need to tell you, but they haven't for some reason. Think that they just have left unsaid for one reason or another. Okay, and in the second portion of the readings, we're going to look into the tarot and look into what it is that they feel about you, or specific things about you and about your connection with each other that they have not told you in words. Okay, and afterwards, in the last portion of the reading, we're going to look into advice as well as channeled messages from your person for you, and that will be all for this reading. We have 3 piles. Also, I have been noticing that my readings, like the individual piles, have been becoming increasingly long over the past readings. Also, excuse me if I have a lot of cat hairs on this hoodie because, you know, black clothes. Maybe I should never wear this again for readings. Anyways, I was saying, definitely do leave me a comment down below letting me know if you guys actually like longer readings, like big ass or like 1 hour readings, or if you prefer readings that are like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, things like that. Because, yeah, I mean, I love doing readings. I can do like a billion piles, but it also takes a long time to upload those things. So if you guys prefer shorter readings, that I can easily do like 4 piles or even 5 if you guys really like short readings. But if you guys actually enjoy longer readings, then I might just do 3 piles for each reading. And I mean, every single video that I do, I can just like repeat after like a couple weeks or like a month. So of course, like there will always be different energies. So if you don't find your own energy in one of these piles or like in one of my videos, you can definitely just check out another video that I've made, or that other YouTubers here on, other tarot readers here on YouTube have made. So yeah, definitely leave me a comment down below letting me know if you actually like shorter or longer readings. And yeah, without further ado, for the pile selection today, we have 3 piles. For pile 1, we have the Prism Tarot with this tiny teeny cute ass little blue angel calcite. Then for pile 2, we're actually going to use the queen herself, the standard Rider-Waite Smith Tarot, with this beautiful tumbled apatite crystal. Love the color scheme. And I mean, color scheme is basically like one color. Anyway, for pile 3, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot and this badass, it almost fell, this badass little titanium cluster right here. So definitely do take your time with the piles. Feel free to pause this to sit with the piles and the crystals. Yeah, do whatever you want. You can definitely pick more than 1 pile if you feel called to, or if you're bored, just have fun, do whatever you please. As always, thank you so much for watching, and it also means the world to me to receive comments to let me know how this resonated, because it's just really nice to know how it lands on the other side of the screen, since these are collective readings that I upload on YouTube and I just leave it there, and you know, I never know how it lands on the other side, so it's just really nice to know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in your pile. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose this tiny teeny little blue angel calcite right here, super cute. And the Prism Tarot, this is going to be a reading on whatever it is that your person or the person that you're currently thinking about has left unsaid, or was too scared to tell you, or didn't have the courage to tell you. Excuse the cat hairs, by the way, if you see any, because, you know, black clothes and cats, that's the result. This doesn't have to be romantic. Could definitely be, but this could definitely also be just a friend or like anything. Could be anything. What we're going to do is we're going to look into these pre-shuffled oracle cards here that I have for you in order to see basically their current energy altogether concerning the things that they haven't told you. We're not going to just like mind your person's business like that. And then afterwards, we're going to look into the tarot to look specifically in things about you and about how they feel about you that they might have not told you, okay? So, oh, and also at the end, we're going to take some extra advice and some channeled messages from your person. Do keep in mind that the channeled messages will most likely, like a lot of those messages are from like a romantic standpoint, so definitely always only take what resonates. This is a collective general reading, so yeah, use your own discernment. You should know which messages are for you and which ones aren't. So without further ado, let's look at what we have here. We have 3 of these cards, so your person definitely has a lot of thoughts at this time. First, we have growth with I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Next, we have discipline with I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And then we have self-esteem with I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I'm just going to keep this here. Next we have the number 33. Then we have self-creation with be the author of your own life. Next we have horse with freedom. This card reads your heart is pure and free. Greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Next we have the mask with number 61 or 7 if you will in numerology. Next we have from the Earth Warriors Oracle deck, we have the number 28 with Quente. If you read that way, I'm not entirely sure. Sweet paradox of empowering grace with this beautiful little hummingbird right there. Hummingbirds are cool birds. And last but not least, we have number 40 with Hiaka, Sorceress of Light. I'm going to scoop this over a little. I'm just going to put it here. Okay, by one. So this person is not doing so great. From different standpoints, this person feels a little paralyzed. There's a lot of like this card about self-esteem and discipline and growth, like there's this urge, like also with the horse and freedom, there's this urge and this desire to break free and to sort of like come out of their shell and be their greatest version and be empowered and sort of like experience beautiful things both on their own as well as with like friends and other people around them. They have this desire for beautiful, great things in life, but they feel like they can't achieve them. They actually feel really trapped within themselves. Like this is someone who is likely very much in hermit mode right now. And this doesn't mean that they literally do not talk to anyone, that they literally do not see anyone, that they literally do not do or go anywhere. This means that they are very much energetically focused, just like within themselves. So they might, in terms of how they behave with you, and just with people in general, I guess, because this is pretty general. This doesn't have to be necessarily with you. But in terms of how they behave, they might just be very absent-minded. They might struggle with like ADHD symptoms. They might just be very, this is definitely someone who struggles with like responding to texts. A person who sort of like either comes late at appointments or like sort of says that they want to hang out but then never really end up meeting up. Someone who really struggles actually putting themselves out there, because they have desires of the heart that are sort of being left unfulfilled because of their mind. Like they live very much in this energy of mental fear. They're pretty much paralyzed by this the fear that exists in their mind. Like they're being ruled by their mind and by the fears that sort of like repeat themselves. Like they have these fears, and they probably like thoughts every single day that sort of like loop back on themselves and never change. They feel very much trapped inside of their mind. And there's this desire and this urge for their heart to break free. Like there's definitely like a juxtaposition between the heart and the mind. Like this card specifically, with the sweet paradox of empowering grace, this card specifically talks about whenever the mind is in fear and says no to the desires of the heart, but you do actually sort of like jump in joy and go forward, moving, like listening actually to your heart and going with what the heart wants. That brings about so much freedom and so much self-empowerment. Like there's a lot about empowerment here, but this is exactly what your person is sort of like lacking. But yeah, this card, as I was saying, like is really talking about that empowerment that comes from sort of like, I want to say bypassing the mind and sort of like, you know, not identifying anymore with the mind and following the heart and going for what it is that the heart wants. Because the heart will never sort of like arrogantly push and overdo the mind. The mind, on the other hand, is always sort of like trying to convince you and convince everything and everyone of specific things. The heart is just like sitting there with their truth, with their energy very centered. It's not like a Martian energy. Like the ego and the mind are very much Martian energies. They sort of like try and go out there and sort of like force themselves upon others, and like the mind is sort of like trying to silence the heart because the mind thinks that the heart is a fool for wanting what it wants. And the heart is just sitting there, just waiting for you to sort of like come into it. And this is of course like about your person, so it's not directed at you necessarily. But this person is really, really, really paralyzed by their own mental fears and basically the limitations that they're, I guess, that they are putting on themselves through their mind. They haven't really befriended their mind. They haven't really been able to identify their thoughts as merely thoughts. Like they really think that their thought, like this is someone who believes every single silly thought they have, essentially. This is not someone who is very much in touch with their heart. This is not someone who is, and they might have not always been like that, but at this time, like with this 33 is basically the number of Christ consciousness and unconditional love and divine love. Like this is something that they crave so much. They crave love. They crave companionship. They crave rejoicing with their friends. They crave having a good time. There's this desire for beauty and for just carefreeness and for this lighthearted energy. They desire finding beauty and finding love out in the world. And as I'm saying this, I realize that the truth is they're sort of like not looking for those things within them. Of course, if you haven't found them within you, then you can't even recognize them when you come across them outside of you. This person doesn't believe that they have authority over their own life. This person really believes that they think that the universe is out to get them, that the universe doesn't have their back, that the universe doesn't. There's a lot of also like psychic fear, like they might actually have a quite open third eye, like they might be a quite like spiritually awake person, but in another sense also not. Of course, like there's degrees, and it's not that there's such a thing as like an awake person and a completely asleep person. Like it's not as straightforward. But this person really doesn't believe in themselves. That's what I want to say. Like they don't believe that they can do the things that they set their mind to. Like this discipline card with I can accomplish what I set my mind to. They don't believe that. They don't believe that they have anything to give, or that they have anything to offer. They don't believe that they have any worth or value. Like this might be one of those people who says like, oh, I'm not that interesting. Like why do you even care about me? Like why do you even care about me? Like I'm a little piece of shit. Then why do you even care? And that is of course like a reflection of how they see themselves at this time. They might be very, like this is not a diagnosis, but they might be very depressed at this time and suffer also a lot of anxiety. They might definitely have air placement also, because we do have like these birds, like the owl in this card as well. And with this freedom card, like Aquarius energy. They might be an artist. they might like express themselves through art, through either poetry or like writing, making music, like creating actual like paintings and things like that, or any other way that they deem as artistic. They might actually do theater or something like that, or might be into that kind of things. And yeah, definitely, I feel like you might know if this is the energy of the person that you're inquiring about, or somebody that you know. Like, you might know it's not that they completely, with this mask energy, it's not that they completely tell you like, oh, I'm doing completely fine, there's nothing wrong. Like, they might definitely sometimes actually open up, but they might also just not really allow people to be there for them. Like, they don't have they have a very closed off energy. They're not really giving, but they're also not really open to receive. And like, they might be very honest, and when you ask them like, how are you doing, they might just be like, yeah, I'm actually feeling like crap today. But at the same time, like, they're not really allowing other people to actually be there with them, and be them for them, and sort of like look into, I want to say, their darkness. Like, look at this card. They might be very hard to reach, and if this is your energy, that you might definitely be someone who has, like, the energy of the person that you're asking about, that you might definitely be someone who definitely wants to be there for them. But of course, if someone doesn't want help, like this card, this Hiaka, the Sources of Light card, is also about asking for help, both to like your tribe, I want to say, to your people, to your friends and your family and your loved ones, but also definitely about asking for help to the divine. Like, the divine, like, this person has never sort of like placed an actual like order to the universe, like being like, this is what I want, please give it to me, I'm open to receive it, because they're not open to receive it. They're really scared of not finding what they want, because they don't believe it's out there. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in the universe. So the universe doesn't even have anything that they can give right now specifically to this person, if the person is not even open to receive that. And what I was about to say is that this card is also really about, well, I guess I said that, like, about asking for help, like explicitly asking for help. So like, hey, I'm struggling, can you please just like listen to me as I vent? Do you have any advice for me? Do you want to like go somewhere? This is someone who's doesn't even dare asking for help, because first of all, they believe that they're helpless. They believe that there's nothing to be saved within them. They don't think that they can, I don't know, they just really lack hope. I'm getting like the star card in reverse vibes from this spread. Yeah, it's a really helpless, hopeless energy. They're sort of like they're in survival mode. They're just going by day, because they kind of are here already, and they're sort of like, okay, I guess we're just going ahead by inertia. They might definitely be someone who doesn't have a very good sleeping pattern, who just like stays up very late and sleeps in very late and just eats whatever it is that comes across their path. They might just like also some days they might completely just forget to eat or something like that. They just have a lot of trouble taking care of themselves. Like, they don't have a lot of energy. They might be very physically tired, and that's just because they're energetically, emotionally so tired, and they just really don't know what to do with themselves, essentially. Yeah, this person is, I would say that this person is currently at rock bottom, because they don't have, or at least, like, of course this is never going to be an entire picture. Like, you might definitely, if you hang out with them, have some good times, if that happens at all, but this is just shedding light on that aspect of them that is completely in darkness, essentially, and that lacks hope. Okay, let's go look into the tarot. This is definitely very sad energy, and not in the sense of, oh my god, like, that's so sad, like, ugh, sad person, but it's just like they feel a lot of sadness. So let's look into what else they haven't told you, or that they haven't had the courage to tell you. Specific things. Like, you might definitely already know, like, especially if I get the vibe from this pile, that you are a very sensitive person, like a very empathetic person, someone who very much easily picks up on energies from others. So you might definitely already know these things, but they might have just not They might just not easily talk about these kinds of things. They might just be not very good at expressing their emotions. Like they might say like, oh yeah, I'm not doing so great, but then not be really able to expand upon that. Or they might just be very, very fleeting when they talk about that. Like they might respond with sarcasm, for instance, or I don't know, just like deflect instead of like start talking about other things perhaps. Well, you might have this craving of sort of like connecting on an intimate level with them and sort of like know how they're doing truly. But they're not really letting. It's not that they're actively, with this mask card, there's definitely some parts of them that they're not showing or that they're not allowing to come out, but it's not that they're actively lying or like hiding things from you. It's just that some things they just don't have the energy to let out. I feel like they lack so much energy. But okay, let's ask the tarot. What is it that pile 1's person hasn't been able to tell them specifically about them? Like, I don't know if we will have actually the answers to the specific question, because sometimes you ask something to the tarot and then they just come out with something completely different. But let's see. So what would pile 1's person tell pile 1 if they could be completely honest? That they haven't told them before. Something that went unsaid. The Magician, creation. There is this, with the self-care, be the author of your own life, there's something about creating your own life, and like they have probably like desires, as I said, of and ideas of what they would want their life to look like, but it just feels unreachable to them. It just feels so unreachable. They might have Gemini or Virgo placements, specifically Mars or Moon perhaps. Doesn't have to be, could be anything. We have the Hierophant, unlearn. They might spend a lot of time reading and a lot of time just like in their own room. Yeah, just like closed off within themselves, probably just like reading a lot of books and like stories to sort of like immerse themselves, or like even playing video games or things like that take their own head out of their own life, because their life is just so unbearable to them that they want to focus on something else, on like fantasy things that they can actually find some type of enjoyment in, because their life currently brings them exactly zero enjoyment. And we have the Lovers with duality, Gemini energy. So we have 3 majors. Yeah, this person is definitely in for big lessons. Like, this is the type of energy that it can't get much worse, and the only way is up, hopefully. Although it doesn't feel like this person is. There's an element of staticness to this person. There's not much going on. They feel very much stuck. We have the Novice was the Page of Swords with curiosity. What else? What else is pile 1's person want to tell pile 1? Like, what would they tell them if they could, if they had the energy to tell them? We have the 6 of Swords with transition. And then, yeah, there's a lot of purple going on here. They might have a lot of nightmares. They're just very much, there's a lot of like clouded mental energy, I want to say. We have the 6 of Pentacles, generosity. Okay, pile 1. If you're inquiring about a friend or about someone who is definitely not like meant, or like who's there definitely is a tinge of romantic energy here, especially with this Lovers card. This person wants to give, but they feel like they have nothing to give, especially with this like six of Pentacles coming back again, which I believe I already said that at the beginning, that they feel like they have nothing to give. With this 6 of Pentacles and generosity in reverse, as well as the Hierophant and the Lovers, they wish that they had something to give to you. Like, they wish that they could just, this could even just be as friends. This doesn't have to be, I'm not getting very strong. Like, this is most likely, for most of you, this will not be like a relationship. It will either be like, this is definitely someone who you care about a lot. Like, I get the vibes that you really care about this person. And they also really care about you, but they might just not, you might be wanting to be there for them, but they might just not even know how to let you do that. they're just very much caught up in their own fear. But they have among all of the desires for like beauty and rejoicing and love that they have just in life in general, they see a lot of love within you. Like they know that you have been very giving to them, and they definitely want to come towards you, but they feel like the place in which they are at right now, they don't have anything to give you. Like they're like, I don't even know how to talk to you, I don't even know how to behave around you, because I feel so useless. I feel like a little piece of crap, essentially. I don't feel like I have anything to give to you, and I don't know how to change this. And they wish they could, but they don't think they can, like, make a commitment to you, be it as just like being present as a friend or being actually like present as a lover. They really don't see how to make this work, I want to say, for themselves and for the both of you. But essentially what this is of course like a reflection of their inner world currently. We have, yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I knew this card was going to come out. We have the Two of Swords, with indecision coming out below the Magician. So there's definitely a lot of air energy. What about, okay, we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, scarcity mentality. They, again, like, this is pretty straightforward. This person doesn't know. This person also might feel very numb and very blank sometimes. Like their mind might just sort of like black out, and it might just literally be like still, not in the good way. Just like there might be this lack of ability to like even think or like formulate thoughts or like look into themselves or like look at aspects of their life. Like they might even want to put in work. They might have like a faint desire to make things better, but there's just this weird sense of there's nothing inside of me. There's nothing inside of me. Like there's a sense of emptiness. What about this Lover's card? This is really low energy. They might actually be just like, this is not an energy that comes out of nothing. This might be someone who has been dealing in the past with a lot of like trauma around love and about relationships in general. This is definitely someone who has been hurt a lot, and like not necessarily by you. Like I don't feel like you have hurt them a lot so far. Like maybe you will come out later. I don't know. It could also just differ per person, but this is someone who doesn't believe in the magic and the power of love anymore, and they wish they could, but they just can't. Like there's definitely this sense of duality of like this desire, but also the other side of them that's like, no, what's the point? So to clarify lovers with duality, we have the Ten of Swords with endings. What about, do you see all this swords energy? And like the only pentacles cards that we have so far is in freaking reverse. They definitely might have, I'm getting big Gemini energy. Like they might just have like Gemini moon or something like that. Doesn't have to be, it could be just like any air placement in general. They might have a Scorpio moon, I want to say, or like Scorpio placements as well. What about this Page of Swords? What about this Page of Swords? They're terrified. They're terrified of ruining things, and they don't know what to do, and they're so terrified of ruining things that they just don't do anything. And not because they actively decide to not do anything. They're like, they're just so paralyzed, like paralysis by analysis. This is the typical case of paralysis by analysis, especially with this Two of Swords and this Ten of Swords. They're so terrified that they're just immobilized. Like there's this sense of like, yeah, paralysis at the beginning. I said that even. Oh, so we have Judgment to clarify the Page of Swords. They have this faint desire of like speaking to you specifically, because this is like specifically directed at you. They have this desire, this very timid desire that they're not acting upon, because they're just sort of like trying to even find the words and the courage within themselves first before they can even making the moves towards you. This is someone definitely who is probably not investing a lot of energy into you at this time. And that's not because you're not worthy or because you don't deserve any energy or because they don't care about you. It's just because they don't have any energy. Like, they don't have any energy to pour into anything. They feel like they have nothing at all to give, to be. They feel like just a big pile of nothingness. We have, to clarify the Six of Swords, we have the Page of Wands with exploration. They definitely do fantasize sometimes about like what it would be like to spend time with you and to sort of like move on. Like they wish they could just be a better friend or a better lover, depending on how that applies to your situation specifically. They wish they could just be there for you better, but they don't know how. Like, they don't feel like they have. They fantasize probably a lot about how great it could be and how nice it would be to just like chill. Like, I'm picturing you guys just like chilling in a field of grass with like a wheat. Okay, well, you guys might actually like smoke weed together, but that's not not what I was mentioning. Which is like with a, you know, that classic image of someone just laying in a grass field with a little thingy of wheat. What is it called? A strand of wheat in their wheat. In their mouth, just chilling, just looking at the flowers and the bees and the butterflies and everything like that. Like, they fantasize about just chilling with you, honestly, just relaxing and having a good time. And they really want that. Like, that you might get, you also, this definitely could be for some of you that you have recently only learned to know each other, like just got to know each other, and you might not have spent a lot of time together. Take that as it resonates. But they definitely want to spend more time with you. Like, they want to see more of you. They want to have this beautiful connection with you. But they can't at this time. They literally feel like they can't. And yeah, to clarify the Six of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Wands with burden. Even the idea of giving, oh yeah, there you go. We have the Three of Pentacles with collaboration, and below that is the Emperor, take up space. And the Seven of Cups with choices. Yeah, this person is definitely going through some shit within themselves. Like, I don't know exactly what is going on the outside of their world. It just feels like everything is on a standstill for them right now in their outside world. But they feel so freaking tired. And they don't know what to do with themselves. Like, I even have this feeling right now of like, what would be the solution? Like, honestly, I don't know. And like, usually I'm thinking, like, what should you do about this? Probably absolutely nothing. Like, there's nothing that you can do about this. This person has to go through these things to even be able, like, if they want your help and if they need your help, they have to learn to ask for it. Especially with this card, like, they have to learn. They have to reach this pure state of powerlessness so that they can sort of like have this spark and this desire to actually go find that empowerment and the self-esteem. Because they have such a small vision of themselves. If they feel stuck within themselves right now, there's nothing that you as an outside person that you can do for them. There's nothing you can do for them. Sure, you can let them know that you're there, and you can let them know that you love them, and you can let them know that you want to support them and listen to them if they ever want to talk to you, but you can't even... You shouldn't be pressuring them to them, I want to say. Like, this person might feel very much pressured by their outside world to sort of like perform in a specific way. Be it at school, be it at work, be it just like as a friend. They might feel a lot of pressure. And they just can't take any more sort of like outside inputs from the outside world, from other people, because they're dealing with so much within themselves, and to such an extent, like, they're being so overwhelmed by all their thoughts that as soon as someone else like sort of like expects something from them, or so like as soon as they feel like someone is wanting something from them, they sort of like shut down even more, because they're like, no, I can't take this. This is a very irritable person, and they might definitely lash out, or sort of like even take up more space, not take up more space, but take more space and more distance from people. Like, they're really distancing themselves from people. Probably because there are some people that are pressuring them to perform in a specific way, or at least that's how they feel like. So the best thing that you can do for these people is just not putting any pressure on them and just being like, okay, you know what, I don't need anything from you. If you want and whenever you're ready, I'm here. But you can also not sort of like put more pressure onto them to like be a better friend or whatever, to like take care of themselves more even. This person might be subconsciously sort of like doing everything that they can to sort of like not take care of themselves and not, you know, be a good person and nice to others because they feel like they have such a pressure from the outside world to do these things. They really need to be left alone, and like they might, not in the sense that you should not check on them or that you should not freaking like reach out or anything, but this person really cannot at this time take any responsibilities or any burdens or any type of pressure, I want to say, even the slightest pressure of, hey, reply to my text, because they will have this. I'm getting for some of you this might actually be like a child, a teenage child. But not for all of you. For most of you, this will either be a friend or like romantic interest or just someone that you really care about. Memories, 6 of Cups. Yeah, you might have had a lot of good times with them in the past, and you probably subconsciously put the pressure on this person to sort of like be like it used to be, while they literally can't at this time. Like they're just not in that same energy, so it's unfair towards them to expect them to be in that same energy. It's unfair towards them to expect them to be sort of like in a heightened state all of the time while they literally just can't. Like right now they just need to feel these feelings, and I feel like they have a little bit of trouble of even feeling their feelings because we have no Cups energies. We have a lot of mental energies and a lot of major arcana as well. Like we have fear. We have 4 major arcanas, and they literally have like there's so much. This state that they're in, they have to learn things. Like the reason why we have 4 majors as well, and like all this mental energy, like they have to learn how to befriend their mind and how to get to know their mind and how to not be overridden by their mind. They have to find that spark of like actually becoming that emperor and taking up space for themselves in the first place, because right now they're sort of like not taking up space for themselves either. They're just like trying to be as small as possible. Maybe not even consciously, not even on purpose, but that's what they're doing. They're just like shrinking themselves to be as tiny as they potentially could be, so that they don't have to deal with any more burdens, I want to say, with any more things and thoughts, and just because everything is already too much for this person. Now I want to take some advice cards for you guys. So what is it that Pile 1 needs to know about the situation? Some advice or any insight for Pile 1 about the situation with Pile 1's person. Something that Pile 1 needs to keep in mind. Yeah, take time to breathe out for both of you actually. Like you should also not, if you were hoping to inquire about this person, like if you were inquiring about this person and this is indeed, you found sort of like the confirmation of the answers that you were seeking in this reading, you should probably also like stop looking for readings about this person and just let them be. Just like even within yourself, find that space of love for them, like send them love, but don't expect them to sort of like perform as a normal person when they literally cannot at this time. And it's okay for them to struggle, and let them know that it's okay for them to struggle, and let them know that you don't need, like, that you're not seeking to fix them. Maybe even not let them know, like, if this person needs space, then give them space. It's really tricky. This will definitely differ per person. But definitely take time to breathe out and, like, take care of yourself. Like, you should not be in charge of taking care of this person. Although I know that you are very, like, if this is your pile, you very likely are a very gentle, caring person. And you want to take care of your friends, you want to take care of your lovers, you want to take care of the people that you care about. You're a very caring, genuine, gentle, loving person. But it's not your task taking care of this person, especially when they don't want to, when they're not even open to your energy to being taken care of. Then you should not keep, I want to say, you should not keep pushing. if the universe has also put you in front of this person, then maybe this is a lesson for you to sort of like learn to let go and learn to trust that this person will figure it out on their own. And if not, that they will have to ask for help to even receive help, because right now they're not even open to receiving help. So I guess some of you need to hear to stop even trying to help this person. For the sake of both of you. Surrender to the divine, full moon, exactly. Trust that everything, like this advice is definitely for you. Trust that everything is happening for a reason. Trust that everything that this person is going through is going to serve them. And the fact that you are in this situation as well, to an extent, is also serving you for some type of reason. You're very close to achieving your goal, Gibbous Moon. This definitely, for some of you, might mean that this person is sooner or later going to, do better, and sort of like, I guess, if there is this potential for rejoicing together, whichever way applies to your connection, you will come back into union, into connection, and it will be beautiful again. But right now, if it's not happening, then it's just not the time for it. Now, oh wait, channel messages before we go into the Rebel deck. I keep the Rebel deck always at the end because some of the messages might be a little annoying to some people, or just like not very welcome to some people, because it is a little bit of a cheeky deck, but I like it. So what would pile one's person say to pile one specifically if they could? I mean, I don't think that anything new will come out that we haven't already said, but what would... No, I need to shuffle once more. Okay. Oh. Once more, because that was a bad shuffle. Okay, so what would pile one's person say to pile one if they could? There are some messages that are already turned around in this deck because this deck just shuffles weird for some reason. So I'm only going to take the cards that actually fall out of the deck. What would pile one's person tell pile one if they could be completely honest? If they had the energy to communicate those things to them, I guess. Yeah, there's definitely this need. That's also why I said, like, Scorpio Moon, there's this need to express things, but also the complete reluctance and sort of like lack of energy to do so. It's like there's reluctance to even talk about things. There's this simultaneous need and reluctance to express themselves and talk about their inner world. What would pile one's person? What would this person say to pile one if they could? What? I just need you to listen. Exactly. This might be for some of you who have tried to give advice to this person, who have tried to sort of like help this person out. Maybe this person just needs you to listen. Without judgment, without any advice, without anything. Just let them talk. Allow them to leave their mind loose, to let their mind loose, to just like speak whatever it is that is on their heart and on their mind. I don't know if I can trust you. Okay, yeah, there's definitely this. There was a seven of swords, which is also the card of mistrust. So they definitely have some trust issues. I don't feel like necessarily this means, and like I would say if that was the contrary, but from these cards, I don't feel like necessarily you have given them reasons to not trust you. Like this is not very much reflective of you, but because we have so many sword cards and all of this mental energy, this definitely might come from their past trauma or something that they recently have been dealing with. As I mentioned earlier, that they might definitely just be coming out of some type of trauma around love and around connections, that they might just be very much reluctant to trust both other people as well as the universe. This is definitely, yeah, that's the reason why they're so closed off, because they don't trust anyone, essentially. Right person, wrong time. Like if this is about a romantic connection that you're asking, this person definitely likes you a lot, but they don't have much space for intense feelings for another person. Like they definitely see how great you are and how awesome you are and how perhaps even what a great time you guys have together. Oh, we had another card here. What a great time you guys have together. And like they might even think like, oh, in another if I was in another energy, or if I was in another type of mentality, I would definitely pursue this person. But right now I literally can't. There's literally no space inside of this person for an actual commitment in romance in this in this situation. I'm so scared to mess up. That's literally what I said with this Lovers card clarified. I don't know if it's literally what I said, but it's pretty much what I said with this Lovers card clarified by the Ten of Swords with endings. Like they're scared that if they do actually go into that, they will mess up, and they can't have that. They literally cannot have that. We'd be so perfect together. Again, goes back with this right person, wrong time. They definitely do fantasize about spending time with you and about just like chilling with you. Yeah, and they definitely would see you as a perfect partner, but right now they don't have the freaking energy for it. And that's probably very painful for you to hear if you were hoping to, if you had the same feelings towards them, if you actually do like them in that way. Yeah, but again, like surrender to the divine. Take time to breathe out. And I am terrified. This is what they would tell you if they could. Yeah, definitely. They live in fear. What else? What else do we have? What else would this person say to pile one if they could? Right. What else would this person say to pile one if they could, if they had the courage and energy to do so? I am so intrigued by you. This also really much goes back to this Novice of Lightning, and what was it? I think it was this, yeah. With this Novice of Lightning, like they definitely are very, with this exploration card indeed. This might definitely be like a very fresh, new connection that you might have hoped to sort of like dive deep into. And they are also definitely very much interested into you, like be it romantically or be it completely platonically. They definitely have this sort of like curiosity and positive feelings towards you, but they're just right now not able to actually give to that situation. Okay, so to end up with some funky advice for you, pile one. This could be related to this reading. This could just be in general. This could be just anything really. This is something for you to close. Also a little bit on a lighter note, hopefully to empower you and to give you something to work on, work with, because this was not the happiest, most positive reading, and I know that. Oh, you are giving too many fucks. Give 0. I mean, I guess you should not like stop caring about this person or caring in general, but yeah, definitely like refocus your energy on yourself. Take care of yourself first, and don't overextend yourself to this person, especially when they're not even open to receiving, for whatever reason, your help and your attentions and your energy. Get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. Exactly. Just like spend time with your other friends and like help others as well, for sure, if they are open to even receiving that help from you. There are definitely some other people, like your friends or other people, that would love to spend time with you, and you deserve to have a good time with or without this person. So always best advice that you could ever give, that the cards also always tell you, is basically like, take care of yourself first. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass, pronto. Exactly, just like look further than this situation, I want to say, because there's more to your life than this situation. I want to say. What else do we got for pile one? Something cool for pile one. I guess this card wanted to come out, and it is, you need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry and let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. Exactly. Probably if you are resonating with this reading, then you definitely need to release this energy as well. Like release this attachment and this need to, for this person, I want to say. Because it's also not healthy for you. And of course, like again, you're a very loving and compassionate person, and there definitely might be a beautiful connection here, but it's not happening right now, and you are working against yourself if you keep sort of like wanting this to happen when it's not happening. Rebel, because fuck it. Yeah, and I mean, I guess we could just let that at that for this reading. So thank you so much, Pile 1, for watching. I definitely really hope that this gave you some type of empowerment, some type of value, some type of insight on the situation, and I'm sending you all my love. Please take care of yourself, and definitely do leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated, as it really means the world to me to know how these readings land on the other side of the screen. And also feel free to leave a like and subscribe, as that really helps me with the algorithm. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. So if you chose this beautiful blue Apatite crystal right here and the classic Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, please refer to it as Rider-Waite-Smith, because we always forget the female part of the duo who created this deck, which is Pamela Coleman Smith or something like that. But yeah, she's the one who did the artwork, and people sometimes refer to the deck as Rider-Waite, which is only the name of the dude who did the work. So a little fun fact to keep in mind when you're referring to that deck. Yeah, so today this is going to be a reading on basically whatever it is that your person has not been able to tell you, what your person has not had the courage to tell you, or anything that has been left unsaid from your person to you. This doesn't have to be any specific situation. This could definitely be just a friendship. This could be a relative, for all that matters. This could definitely also be like romantic situations. This could be anything. We are going to look into these oracles that I've pre-shuffled for you in order to see basically their current energy, or their energy around whatever it is that they haven't been able to tell you. And afterwards we're going to look into the tarot to see more in specific what they have not told you about their feelings for you, or about how they feel for you. Again, doesn't have to be romantic, definitely could be. So this is more in general. And the tarot will tell us a little bit more in depth about what they currently feel about you that they haven't been able to tell you yet. And then later, after the tarot, we are going to look into some advice for you personally and some insight for you personally, as well as channel messages from your person directly to you, okay? So without further ado, also usual disclaimers, only take what resonates. This is a collective reading, so you will know which messages are for you and which ones aren't. So yeah, use your own discernment. And without further ado, let's see what we have here for you. For your person in this case, we have the Eagle with Mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Next, we have Purpose with I Know What I'm Here to Do. We have Make a Change, and this card reads, Welcome change into your life. Then we have the Waxing Crescent Moon. Then we have another animal card, and we have the Black Jaguar with Old Soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Next we have the Vessel, and that should be number 69. Then we have the Dawn of Love, and this card reads, Love is rising on the horizon of your life, exclamation mark. And then we have, should I put this here? No, I want to put this here. Then we have two of the Earth Warrior Oracle deck. The first one being number 16, Lolo, Stand in the Light, with this beautiful moth butterfly. And last but not least, we have Abuela Medicine with 23 and Remedy of the Grandmothers. Actually, I want to put this here. Okay, so pile 2. your person is a very, very free-spirited soul. I'm getting huge Aquarius vibes. And I'm definitely getting the vibe. It doesn't have to be like, take it metaphorically, take it as an allegory, or take it as literally, depending on how it applies to your situation. If it applies in any way, remember, if you, at the beginning of any pile, you don't recognize your energy or that of any person that you know that you're inquiring about, then you should absolutely feel free to look into another pile. Yeah, so this person, again, they're a very free-spirited soul. And they're someone who is very comfortable with change. Like, there might be, if you guys are in or have been in a romantic relationship, because this definitely looks like for the most of you it will be like some type of romantic connection, they're not afraid of change. If anything, they need change. Like, they might have an air Venus, they might have, like, in particular, like an Aquarius Venus. They definitely need change and constant motion in their life. They might have also like a mutable Venus. Well, I mean, not all mutables, because Virgo is a mutable as well, and I don't feel like this feels very much like a Virgo Venus, but you know, take it as it resonates. They might just have a lot of mutable energy in their chart overall. Something that I'm getting here in terms of like specific scenario that you guys might be currently living through with this person might be some type of separation. And not a separation because you guys don't like each other, or because something happened that was like a fight happened, or because you broke up or things like that. This is definitely not two people who are in bad terms. Or like, at least this person is not on bad terms with you. Like, I'm getting the vibe that some of you might actually have some type of unresolved pain, I want to say. Especially if this is some type of like separation. From your side, there might definitely be some type of like unresolved pain or unresolved. You might definitely also have quite some things that have been unsaid to this person. But this person definitely has a lot of love for you. I feel like this person recently, or like a while ago, or is about to, went off on a journey. And I want to say specifically with this abuela medicine, remedy of the grandmothers. They might have literally gone onto a journey off to the Amazon, or like South America, or like Central America, perhaps even like Southeast Asia, to go on literally just like a spiritual journey and work with plant medicine. It doesn't have to be that specifically, but I'm getting this very specific example with this card, and not only this card, but just in general. Like, I was getting that kind of vibe already, and when this card came out, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's like extra confirmation. Take that as it resonates. Like, it might just be some type of other different situation, but this is definitely someone who, I want to say, someone who has had their sort of like very intense, beautiful connection with you, and was like focused on this connection with you for a while, but then it sort of like wasn't enough for them anymore. And not in a bad way. It was not like that this connection with you was sort of like getting boring, or that it was getting too tight for them, or something, that they got tired of it. Not at all. But the thing is, this person has so much craving to see the world and to have experiences. And like, you definitely have been a very, very big experience and just beautiful chapter in their life. And it's not also that they never plan on seeing you again, or that they don't care about you anymore at all, because they still hold you in your heart so deeply. Like, they want to see you thrive, they want to see you do beautiful things, and they probably know, if you are someone who is not actually also into traveling, into like plant medicine, things like that, into like spiritual healing perhaps, they have accepted that you guys are different like that. They're not a very anxiously attached person, while you, for instance, might be someone who is more on the anxious side of the spectrum in terms of attachment. You can talk about like psychology, attachment styles. If you're not familiar with that, then you can Google that, because it's very interesting and very enlightening on certain aspects of yourself and other people, the people that you're dealing with. But this person is definitely, again, like just a very free-spirited person, a very, I want to say also like spiritually confident, spiritually aware person, but they crave sort of like this, they crave seeing the world, they crave just like going around and seeing places and meeting people and just like having beautiful experiences. And you have definitely been a very important experience for them. Something that I'm also getting is that this person also feels, I'm getting multiple things now, but like with this purpose card, they definitely feel like there's something bigger and greater out there for them. Excuse me if the lighting is being weird. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but yeah, I feel like it's a little bit like can't do anything about that, so apologies for that. But this person definitely feels like there are greater things out there in the world that await them, and they are so eager. It's almost this like beautiful childlike energy. They definitely might also have some like Gemini placements, but they have this like they know that there's so much out there and they want it all. Like their dream in life is not to like settle down and like have a little family and a little house, at least not right now. Maybe later in life, could also just not be, but this is definitely someone who is not the conventional type of person. That's also why I was getting like Aquarius and Aquarius Venus. They definitely might also be someone who is polyamorous or non-monogamous, just someone who really does not believe in like the standard societally approved and societally pushed forward, I want to say, models of a romantic relationship and of like marriage, things like that. They might definitely be someone who has very strong opinions and strong ideas of themselves, both about just like life in general and about themselves and about their role in life, and also about like romantic relationships. This person definitely is on the search for something deeper in life, for a deeper, bigger, grander purpose. Like this might also definitely be someone who went off on a mission, or like this might be someone who went off in the military or something like that, or someone who went off for like some type of humanitarian project to like help people, like children or something like that, or help for some like charity work in third world countries or things like that. This might also definitely just be someone who wants to go travel out in the world because they want to do that for themselves, not necessarily in a humanitarian way. It's storming pretty badly outside, so if you hear weird noises, it's probably just things happening outside. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately, but yes. This person knows that they have to separate from you also because they know they're very aware. They're just in general a very aware person, and they might also be very aware and have a lot of insights on you and on your attachment style, I want to say, and on who you are and like the ways that you behave. They might understand you very deeply on levels that you probably even haven't understood yourself yet, I want to say. This person knows that a potential separation, like a physical separation, from you is quite painful for you, or is like really hard to accept for you. But they probably have done so with so much love, or like they have showed you so much love in the process of doing that, because they also want you to be able to have the same level of freedom in whichever way that needs to manifest for you. They also, like, first and foremost, the thing that they wish the most for you is healing, and not in the sense of like, oh, you got problems and you need to fix yourself, but they really just have this gentle, loving, caring affection towards you, and they really just wish you healing. They know that you have been in a lot of pain. They know that you have been struggling with things like probably like body image issues and like anxiety and just like attachment, just like this anxiety of like losing people and losing them probably. And they really just, they have this beautiful divine masculine energy, I want to say. And they really just wish you healing, and they know that you have the same opportunity for healing as they have. And they know that you probably are, you might have been in the past, or like with them, a little bit more on the conventional side of things, in the sense that you might have been a little bit, like you might have maybe more fixed energy than this person. You might be a little bit less, I want to say there's less movement to you, at least in the eyes of this person. But they definitely wish that you would also break free and sort of like get loose from the chains of, I'm getting like devil card from tarot, not in a bad way, but like these chains of things that keep you chained to things that don't serve you, don't help you, don't serve you for like your greatest good and your healing. I tried to fix the lighting a little bit. I don't know if this is any better. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I mean, it should work like that. But I also got a little bit of an extra piece of insight this might be their higher self, okay? So like this is very, very divine, very high elevated, like high vibe energy. And of course this definitely could be literally just their human being super evolved in that sense already. This definitely could, like, if this has literally not been only sunshines and butterflies and rainbows with this person, this might definitely be their higher self, and some things that they might literally actually have struggled to put into words because they have this inner world that is so loving and so beautiful and free and so full of beauty and freedom, I want to say, that it maybe clashes with their outside physical human world. Like that could definitely be a case scenario for you guys as well. But something, especially with this Lolo, like this is Lolo means butterfly or moth or also spirit, I believe. I mean, it's not that I know this, but it's from the guidebook, and it means butterfly in the language of Madagascar. This person really, really wants the best for you. Like, be it with them or without them. Like, they want you to do well in life. They want you to break free. They want you to stop playing small. They want you to stop hurting yourself in whichever way that you have been hurting yourself. Be that obsessing over things that you can't have, or like lack mentality, or anything that has been sent in your way. Like, they know that you have the power to heal that within yourself, and they know that it's so valuable for two people to be, first and foremost, individuals, and then sort of like come together from that space of like, I want to be with you because I choose to, not because I feel like I am incomplete without you, or because I need someone else to sort of like lean on. This person really values independency, but not necessarily in an escapist way, like, oh, I need to be in my space and you need to be in your space. It's not an, this is very high vibe energy. And again, this definitely might be a person who has done already a lot of work, like especially with this Abuela medicine card right here. They definitely might have done a lot of healing, like a lot of intense deep healing. And if this does not sound like your actual person, how they behave also, this is definitely like their inner, deeper core, higher self, I want to say. But they really want you to be free in love as well. And this is such beautiful energy. This is literally like the energy of unconditional love. They know that you have so much love inside of you, and if this is indeed like their more higher self that is coming through, and if you guys have had something like clashing and conflict in like the 3D, they really wish that you both can sort of like heal those things and come together as a beautiful pair of individually beautifully humans, and come together as something that is bigger than the individual sum of both of you individually, if that makes sense. And they know that if this separation does hurt you in some type of way, like, they know that you will come out of it so much stronger and so much beautiful than before. Not that you are not strong and beautiful right now, but like, they know, like, they think that you're perfect exactly as you are, but they also see that there are some things that are holding you back and that are sort of like blocking you from, I guess, from embodying unconditional love. That is sort of like, of course, like, as humans we will always have something to work on, and this person is very aware of that. Like, they don't expect you to be perfect at all. They love you unconditionally right now, like right here and now. But this person is also aware that in as much we are like perfect as humans in our imperfections, they also know that there's always some other like greater level, greater version of ourselves to reach and to embody, that is basically leading to more freedom and more love and more self-empowerment. And this person wants that for you. They want that for themselves, but they also want that for you specifically. Like, they definitely hold a lot of your love for humanity and the world and and people in general, but for you specifically. Okay, like, you definitely have a special role in this person's heart, I want to say. And they know that by this separation you will, like, this will serve you at the end. Like, they know that this is a lesson to go through. And it's not that they're not pained by this separation either, because of course, like, they will miss you because they love you so incredibly much. But this person definitely knows that this separation is going to give the both of you so much more power and so much awareness and change and shifts in paradigms and perspectives and transformation, just this beautiful, refreshing energy. And they know they're probably very excited to sort of like reunite with you, and you might not have specific plans to do that yet at this time, or you might, but they definitely know that every time that you guys come back together, because I do feel like they do want to come back to you. that it will be even more beautiful than the times before. Like, they can't wait to grow with you. I want to say, like, grow separately, grow individually, and grow together. That's what they want. And I mean, they might have literally told you these things already, but if they haven't been telling you, like, you will know if this is the energy of your person, because this is a very, I guess, specific energy. But if you had some intuition that this person has this beautiful love for you, and this is kind of where they were coming from, and they didn't have the words to express this, then I guess this is the reason why this had to come through. Like, they might definitely not have had the words to express that to you, I want to say. So now let's look into the tarot. So this was already pretty specific, directed towards you, but let's look into the tarot. The tarot. What else does this person have to say to you about specifically their feelings for you, that they haven't been able to tell you, that they haven't had the courage to tell you, that they haven't had the opportunity to tell you? This definitely feels like some type of connection that is in some type of physical separation. For some of you, you might definitely struggle with some like self-image or like body image and self-image in general problems. Like, you might not be super confident about, just in general, about who you are, but especially about your body. And they want you to know that they don't care about how you look. First of all, they do think that you're freaking beautiful and your body is amazing. Second of all, they literally don't care about how you look, and nothing, like, if you could change anything about you, the way that you look. You could shave your hair bald. You could get a piercing in the midst of your eyeball. Like, they don't care. They think that you're beautiful and they love you for who you are, and your body and your physique, everything else other than your soul and your inner being is all just a big bonus to them. Like, they really love you for who you are, full stop. I want to shuffle once more. Okay, so for pile 2, what would this person tell pile 2 about how they feel about, oh, Chariot. Yeah. How does this person feel about pile 2 that they have not been able to tell them yet, or that they haven't had the courage to tell them? What would this person tell them about how they feel about them, if they could be completely honest and unhinged and unfiltered? We have the 9 of Cups. You're perfect. To this person, you're absolutely perfect. We have the Tower. They feel like you guys balance each other very well off. And they definitely want to move forward with you in that sense with that Chariot card. Like, they don't want to, it's not that they, like, if they are separated from you physically right now, that they plan on never seeing you again. They will want to come back to you, and perhaps also, like, do things together in the sense of, like, perhaps, like, moving somewhere together, like, traveling together, perhaps, like, in the next... This is just another chapter to them. Like, they live their life in chapters. Like, they're focused on the now very much. Like, this is what they're focusing on right now. And next month, they're going to focus on another thing. Probably, again, like, Gemini energy. There's just so much going on in their life, and they don't want to miss out on anything. And it's not that they're going to give up anything for anyone or anyone else. Like, they're very much focused on just enjoying and experiencing life to the fullest. And I want to say they're not going to say no to experiences because of, like, a relationship, or, like, the relationship that they have with you. And it's not in the way of, like, oh, I'm not going to let you sort of, like, block me out from living life and experiencing things. No, they're just very peaceful. They're like, listen, I love you deeply. And that is just set in stone. There's nothing that can change that. But it also just happens that I also want to do these other things. And I plan on giving everything that I want to myself, because I freaking want it, and I'm going to freaking go for it, okay? And you're also one of those things. You're also one of those things that they want. And they're definitely going to go for it. Go for you, I want to say. Oh, did have this one. Yeah. The 8 of Swords. What else would this person tell pile 1 about how they feel about them? We have the High Priestess. They want you to trust the universe. They want you to not be scared about things falling apart. First of all, this person knows that things will not fall apart. Like, you might see this separation as a falling apart, as your life falling apart. They don't see the situation as life falling apart. They really... Does this card want to come out here? For some reason, I'm gonna... Yeah, I think it needs to come out here. But this person doesn't see this separation as falling apart. They just see it as another chapter. Like, you, again, might be someone who has quite some anxiety, or is more on the anxious attachment style side of the spectrum, and they really want you to... They have a lot of affection for you, and they wish that you would just not let these things bother you, because they know that you're being hurt by the situation, but they also know that there's literally just like nothing wrong with the situation, if that makes sense. We have the Queen of Cups. They know that you can take care of yourself. They know that you're this gentle, beautiful being. And they know that you will be alright. And if only you allow yourself to even get to that point, I want to say. They want you to trust the universe with this High Priestess. They want you to just, like, chillax. And look at how things unfold for you. We have the Ten of Swords. What about this Chariot card? What about this Chariot card? Oh my god, okay. We have the Ten of Cups to clarify the Chariot. Like, for some of you, this is not going to apply to everyone. But for, like, you will know if this applies to that person. If this person has told you explicitly that that's something that they do not want, you should believe them, okay? I know this is a reading about the things that they have not told you, but if they have told you that this, what I'm about to say, is not something that they want, then you should believe that, okay? Use your own discernment. But for some of you, definitely they do want a family with you eventually. They do want perhaps to even give you children if they want. They want to, like, buy land and build a house and things like that. But not before they're done doing all of these other things that they want to do. Like, right now, not yet. Like, you guys might just be very young. Doesn't have to be. But they definitely do want to build a legacy with you and be happy together in the future. Like, settling down in the future. What about this Nine of Cups? We have two cards I guess we're going to take. We have the Five of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I'm just going to place them here. What about this Eight of Swords? They want you to stop waiting for them. They want you to stop fighting yourself, and they really just wish that you both could, like, drop the arms when, like, if you do bicker and then argue about these things and have arguments. They really just wish to enjoy the moments that you have together and just be mindful of how much beauty you have already reached and created with one another. They really want you to focus positively for some reason. It comes to my mind. What about this Eight of Swords? Seven of Wands. Like, they feel like if you have been very... I do feel like this is how they view you. Like, you have this mental anguish and mental anxiety that makes you lash out and makes you act out of character. Because they do know that you are this beautiful Queen of Cups on the inside, and that you are this beautiful, gorgeous, loving, gentle, kind human. This doesn't mean that you can't get angry or anything. Like, anger is a good emotion to have. Although society will tell you otherwise, but that's another topic for another day. But they make you act defensive. Like, maybe you distance yourself. Like, you might actually have, like, avoidant, fearful. Some of you might have, like, anxious attachment, but some of you might also display some type of avoidant attachment style. Every now and then, I want to say, out of fear. Like, you might get avoidant out of fear, and they don't want to push you to do things or, like, to believe or be things that you don't want to be, but they really know, they really wish you would just be open. Like, they wish that you both could have, like, an open-hearted conversation, I want to say, with each other. instead of sort of like coming from ego at each other. What about this High Priestess? What about the High Priestess? What about the High Priestess? The High Priestess is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. What about the Ten of Swords? We have the Knight of Swords. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. They might feel sometimes a little bit immobilized and a little bit trapped by your reactions to them wanting to sort of like be free in that sense. Although they won't actually like allow themselves to physically be impossibilitated by someone else's opinions, I want to say, and someone else's reactions towards them. But they definitely do, like, if you do get mad at them or like sort of like be hurt at them for like, I don't know, like leaving or being their free self, like they definitely do, it definitely does something to them. For sure. And I'm honestly not entirely sure if this Ten of Swords is you or them, and that's making me say that you might both have some type of, might both actually feel very much hurt by each other. Like, not very much hurt by each other, but quite, sometimes you guys can hurt each other because you might come from such different places and you might have basically quite some different values. I definitely do feel like that the oracles were very much coming from this higher self, this person's higher self. This is a little bit more human and vulnerable, I want to say. They definitely wish for peaceful communication and like gentle communication, just like a heart-to-heart communication. They also wish that they could, they wish that they could balance both, like that you guys could balance your earthy 3D human selves with the beauty of both of yours, like higher selves, because they probably recognize they do 100% recognize the beauty and the value and the power and the energy of your higher self as well. Like, you guys might very much be aware of each other's higher selves, I want to say, if that makes sense. But there might be definitely some type of like human ego bickering things going on that sort of like glitch that beautiful connection that goes on between you two often. And there's definitely patterns, like I cut the deck, I saw the World, not a Five of Pentacles, but there's definitely patterns here to be unraveled, and this person will definitely not let themselves be stopped. Like, this person will go off and do whatever it is that they please, and honestly that is a great trait to have, and we should learn more from people like this. But they also want you to work on, they want you to focus on yourself and like nourish yourself with love, and not be so focused on them. They really want you to take care of yourself and sort of like nurture yourself and befriend your mind and stop waiting, and because they know that it will be fine. Like, the whole premise of this is like, I want to be successful with you. Like, I want to have this, I want you, I want to have this connection, I want to be happy with you. That's what they want. But there are indeed some type of like, some dynamics in the 3D that are sort of like causing glitches in this beautiful connection right here. I want to take some advice, and then we're going to take channeled messages from your person to see what they could say to you, if they could be completely honest. So, what advice do we have for pile 2? This could be related to this connection. This could be just in general. It's time to take action. This is definitely inviting you to, I want to say, to do something. It could just be like, go out for a run and take care of yourself, or like time to take action. And maybe if this person has invited you to like actually go travel with them or something like that, to actually go with them. If plant medicine has been calling you, this is definitely also your invitation to go there, if you feel ready for it. Don't do it just because of tarot reading or tarot reader on YouTube that you don't know. and doesn't know you personally told you that fucking might be a good idea, you will know if it's a good idea. Like, if this had been calling you, like plant medicine has been calling you, this is that same plant medicine spirit coming through to you to be like, it's time, you can't avoid me, like, you can push me forward and procrastinate on me, but you know that you wanna sit with me and work with me. Next we have, your dreams need a practical plan. I feel like you might definitely be, out of the two people, be a little bit more, the one more in your head. And this is asking you to focus on the practical. And I guess just like take it one step at a time and simplify, I want to say. Simplify and take care of yourself in a physical sense. And the rest will fall into place. Now we have 2 more cards with, a new romantic cycle begins with new moon in Libra. And expect powerful change with new moon eclipse. So yeah, this connection is definitely in for huge transformation. That energy that was picking up already before. This person wants change, and they probably are a catalyst for change in people's lives in general, just because they have such a dynamic, powerful energy to them. It's very beautiful energy, by the way. Like, their higher self is definitely, like, they know what they're doing. They surely display some, like, lower, if you will, like, more human aspects, and, you know, come from ego sometimes, but this person is powerful as heck. Okay, let's take some channeled messages from your person. This deck is a little hard to shuffle, so there are some cards that are already turned around for some reason. I can't keep this neat for some freaking reason. I try to every time, but as soon as I start shuffling them, they just mix all up again. So I'm just going to take the cards that actually fall out. So let's see, what would pile 2's person tell pile 2 if they could be completely honest? Come on. Oh, that was a very bad bridge. That's awkward. Okay. This is not my best bridge day. One more. Come on. Nah, that was horrible. Okay, I need to do one more because I cannot deal with this. Okay, that was mildly better. Let's pretend that's good. Okay, so what would pile 2's person tell pile 2 if they can be completely honest? I feel so small. Perhaps in front of... They definitely have some like weak spot for you. Like, you have definitely some type of effect on them that they usually don't experience with other people. That's for damn sure. Please just give me time to come back to you. I want to add, that just came into my mind as I was reading that. This person says, please just give me time to come back to you. I need to do other stuff in the meanwhile. And like, please trust that I will be back. Don't wait for me in the meanwhile. Like, enjoy yourself and do your thing. But I trust that we will be back together, like, whenever the time is right. So please do the same, I want to say. These are way too many, so we're not going to take them. What else would pile 2's person say to pile 2 if they could be completely honest? You soften my heart. And every time that I see this card, I want to add, like, you soften my heart and you harden my dick. This will apply. This will apply only for people who, you know, have those appendixes. I don't know, take that as it resonates. You feel free to only take you soften my heart. You don't have to take the second part that I just added. What else would this person say to pile 2 if they could be completely honest with them? What would this person... I need you to take off the rose-colored glasses. I feel like what this really means in this context is I need you to take off the societally conditioned romantic glasses. So like, romance is not what you see in movies. Romance is not, you're my only person and you're everything that I want to focus on and you have my entire energy. Like, this is this person. They really don't believe in the movies type of love, and they really don't believe in the standard societal type of romantic love, and they kind of know that it's trapping you as well and trapping your connection. It's boxing you guys in. That's what I want to say. And they know that you guys are meant for way greater things and that kind of things. What else would pile two's person say to pile two if they could be completely honest? Talk to me, let's go deeper. Yeah, you guys might definitely have had some type of argument, or I know I said the completely different, like the opposite in the beginning, but I really feel like the beginning was just like the energy of their higher self coming through. Guys, if you guys have been bickering, because like there is quite some conflictual energy here coming through in the tarot itself, they want, again, this peaceful, open, vulnerable communication with each other. And it might not be, I'm a mess, so maybe they might definitely be affected more than it would like to shine through. But they definitely, like, they might definitely themselves be the ones who have issues with communicating their feelings, or be open and vulnerable. You as well, depends, like, take that as it resonates, but there's definitely this difficulty for vulnerable communication between the two of you. I wasn't expecting this. Yeah, this was something that I got at the beginning. This might have even been like something that was like a holiday fling or something. You might have met somewhere else, other than your home place. You might be from 2 different countries or something like that, and you weren't expecting to find this intensity with a person at this time in your life. And this person maybe was just like in the middle of something, like some world travels or something like that, and they weren't expecting to find you, basically. I wish you were here. The sap. I wish you were here. This person they definitely want to be with you, but they're not going to let this desire of theirs sort of like prevent them from living life, I want to say. And last one is, you excite me. Okay, I want to take one more. What else would this person tell pile 2 if they could be completely honest? I am tired. So for those of you who are like in no contact with this person, because I definitely do feel like some of you, or like in very little contact or just like sporadic contact, this person might just literally be like, I'm just very physically tired because I'm constantly busy doing things in like work, whenever that I don't have the energy or even the craving of like going on my phone and talking to people. Like, you don't have to take that personally, definitely. So what advice, to close on a lighter, brighter note, what advice do we have for pile 2? Dollar sign, and make it rain. This person and spirit, I guess, your spirit guides want you to focus on you. Like, I don't know, like, save up some money and buy some cool shit for yourself. Like, invest in something, like start a business, do whatever you want, like go travel on your own, do something for yourself. Stop talking. Okay, that's interesting. Shut your mouth and listen. Yeah, this is for those of you who actually have been a little bit, I guess, lashing out onto this person. Maybe it is time to sort of like drop that and just listen to this person and really try to listen and understand where this person is coming from. That's what this is telling me right now. Okay, so these two. You look like a shit show. Did this come out back in the other pile? I'm not sure. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. Take care of yourself. Again, this is just telling you, take care of yourself. Make sure you're okay. Don't let this situation sort of like make you into a potato bag or something like that. You are going through some tough shiz. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tight ass up and handle it. So yeah, this is just saying, like, chin up. Don't wait. Don't let this block you. Don't let this hold you down. Just take care of yourself. Make something out of your life, because this person is doing too, and you deserve to make something out of your life as well, regardless of whether this person is doing that or not. But you deserve to make something out of your life. There's great things for you out there as well. I want to take one more for pile 2. What about believe what you see, face reality, or live in fucking La La Land? Choose bravely. Yeah, I don't think that needs any explanation. Definitely be grounded. Be grounded in reality. Yeah, I think this is it. Pile 2. I was about to say pile 3. This is it, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this brought you some type of clarity, some type of value. Definitely do feel free to leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated, as it means the world to me to know how this lands on the other side of the screen. And also feel free to leave me a like and subscribe, as it really helps me with the algorithm. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So if you chose this cute ass little titanium cluster thingy right here, and the brain fart and the wild unknown tarot, this is going to be a reading on whatever it is that your person or the person that you're currently thinking about has not had yet the chance or the courage or the opportunity to tell you, or there's something that they, not necessarily anything specific, but just the energy or the vibes that they've been living in that they haven't really been able to tell you yet. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to mention, sorry if you see any cat hairs here. That happens when you have black clothes and cats, so apologies for that in the meanwhile. And also, I wanted to proudly announce that, just proudly say that the lighting has changed for the better. So you have chosen a lucky pile in terms of lighting. I've got a very weird energy by reading this pile. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to look into these pre-shuffled oracles for you guys. I want to say the number 2 might be a very relevant number for you guys, or for you and this person, or for this person, because I felt the urge to pull 2 cards for every single like oracle deck that I'm using for these readings, but I haven't done so because I don't want to have like a billion cards, because otherwise the readings will be like an hour and a half and nobody wants that. I mean, I would want that. I don't know if you guys would want that, so definitely let me know in the comments if you like more like shorter readings or longer readings, because I have been having very long readings recently, and I'm not sure if you guys actually appreciate that, or if you would rather have some shorter readings. So yeah, maybe definitely leave me a comment down below letting me know about that. So first we're going to look into the energy of this person, of your person, and whatever it is that they're not telling you or that they haven't been able to tell you. And then afterwards with the tarot, we're going to look into specifically about how they feel about you. So anything about you that they haven't told you. And then last but not least, we're going to take channeled messages from this person to you, as well as some advice for you and personal guidance, I guess. Okay, so without further ado, let's see what we have here. We have the Moose and Wisdom. This card reads, let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Then we have Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. We have Failure with, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. We have Sagittarius. I'm sorry, I need to hold this a little more because, wow. So beautiful. Now we have the Underworld. Then we have another animal card with the Sea Otter and Happiness. We have Be the Master of Playful Living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny is love for sure. Your good destiny of love is short. There you go. Then we have Accepting Challenges. Trust your inner resources. And next we have Ending a Trauma. Transform memories and symptoms. And last but not least, we have number 44, White Buffalo Woman, Hopeful Heart, See Her Sign. So this person, it's really interesting because so far in this reading, these piles, we have had very different energies. This person is momentarily very likely not doing so great. Like, it's very likely that you guys are actually not in contact together, like with each other at all at this time. It doesn't have to be for everyone, but this definitely could be, because this is the energy of someone who who is feeling a little bit left out by you, I want to say. Where do we even start? So yeah, this person is not doing too great, but they're also not like at rock bottom. Like, it's a very different energy than pile 1, for instance. But this person is, I want to say, is processing a lot of pain and a lot of sadness. And I want to say a lot of regrets. Like, regret is a word that keeps coming up with me in this pile, even though we just started. They might have hurt you, they might have done something, or like not even directly hurt you, but they might have done something or said something, like something happened that they feel hurt you. And if you took distance from them, like, they completely understand. They don't blame you, but they're definitely hoping to reunite and reignite with you. Like, this card, the White Buffalo Woman, is a card about surpassing hardships and difficulties and sort of like surrendering and reuniting after hardships. And this person, like, this underworld card is about everything that people don't want to see, everything that people are scared of seeing, about like the shadow that people are scared of going into. I feel like this person has been doing the work. This person has been going into their underworld, I want to say. They might have been doing a lot of inner child work and a lot of shadow work, especially also with this ending a trauma card. Like, they might have definitely, I feel like this is someone who is consciously working on their patterns and on their beliefs and on their attitudes and on the way that they see life and on the way that they treat people, because they know, they have come to relate to the realization that perhaps like those ways in which they were going on about life have been hurting people. And this might definitely be also included you. And they don't want that anymore. Like, they don't want that for themselves, and they don't want to hurt people. They definitely don't want to hurt people like you. I do feel like this might definitely be someone who has romantic, deeper, sweeter feelings for you. So this definitely might have been like a breakup situation in which you guys have parted from each other after having been together, like in a romantic way. Doesn't have to be, could just be like a very important friendship. But definitely this person is looking for the light. Like, look at these cards. Look at these cards. This person has been looking for the light. Like, there's this light beaming down from here, and like currently as I'm talking, there's like the sun sort of like shining right in my eye. But okay. And then there's this ending a trauma card, which is also like this light beaming from this sort of like spiraling thing. I want to say this person has really been, I want to say, struggling to find the light, but I feel like they are actually coming more into, they're sort of like resurrecting, I want to say. They're sort of like coming up for air finally after having been underwater for such a long time, I want to say. They are healing. They definitely are healing, and it's such a beautiful energy. And I know this is not, I mean, I guess sometimes these readings could also be about the person watching this when it's meant to be for someone else, but if I could, I would give this person such a big hug, because they are doing such beautiful work with themselves and for such pure reasons. They might have sort of like turned more into spirituality as well, not necessarily, but they definitely have tried to come more into an energy of love and of compassion and of, they're very serious about their healing. Like, I feel like right now they're in a place in which they're not scared of calling themselves out on their bullshit, I want to say, and they're not scared of taking criticism from other people. Like, this might, if you guys have not been in contact for like a long while, this might sound like a very different version of this person. If something inside of you is telling you though that this does not sound like the person that I know, but it's definitely like the case, it does sound vaguely like their energy, then this does mean that this person has done a lot of changing and transforming ever since you guys have like parted from each other. This person really is not afraid of taking like constructive criticism. This person is not afraid of like confronting people, like being confronted with people. And this person is also being very aware of their own boundaries. They're probably working on like sort of like setting up their own boundaries and like understanding what are their boundaries even. They're really picking their own psyche and brain apart, I want to say. They're really dedicated to understanding themselves and understanding their wounds, I want to say, and their ways of acting and where they come from. And they're really dedicated to healing those things so that they don't have to, first of all, so that they don't have to hurt anymore themselves, so that they don't have to be in this tempest and turmoil and then sort of like dark clouds that they have been in for a long while, I want to say. They're really looking for happiness, but they also want to be happy with other people, and also don't want to hurt people, and they don't want to hurt you. And if they have hurt you, then they feel so freaking sorry for that. Like, they definitely have been doing a lot of healing, and there's a lot of light and a lot of positive energy in their life right now. Like, they're trying to focus positively, very much so. Like, they're aware of how much power their mindset has on them, and they're really doing their best to sort of like focus positively and look for the positives in life, and look for like the silver lining. Like, how can I use this thing that is happening to me for like the higher good of me and others? But at the same time, through all this little like empowerment that they're finding, and this love that they're finding, and this light that they're finding, they also still, this is definitely very much so, if you guys are still in a separation type of situation, they definitely do regret hurting you, and they are sorry for hurting you. Like, I'm just hearing like, I'm so sorry, like I wish I didn't do that. And on the other side, they're also really aware of the fact that them doing that to you, they might have just like shown the worst side of them. Like, they might have acted in a way that was completely like mind-blowingly wrong. I don't know what happened. If this person did something that was actually very abusive to you, then that's completely, like, that should not be excused for whatever reason. But I guess if this is the energy of the person that I'm reading, like, this person is aware of how much they hurt you, and they are aware of how wrong that was, and how, I want to say, of how they've tainted you, or how much they've tainted. Like, I'm picturing this sort of like, what is the word? Like, a brush of just like dipping in black ink, and you're this sort of like pure glass of water, and they're sort of like tainting that water with this black ink. This is how they feel that they've done to you. And they are very much aware. They've gained so much awareness on what they did, and they were so determined to go to the bottom of where this even came from. Like, they're not proud of that. They're definitely not proud of that, and they're so sorry for that. And they've done a lot of work. Like, they've faced the ugliest parts of themselves. I feel like they were like, okay, so I've been this version of myself, so what is there to lose? Like, I'm not scared. Like, I've seen this horrible part of me getting out with you, potentially. So what else is there? I might as well just like face it and work through it and see what is there for me to find and to heal, essentially. They've been on a journey. Like, they've definitely been on a journey, and they definitely do also see that this perhaps like instance, or just like, if it doesn't have to be necessarily one specific thing that they've said or done, like, definitely could be, but if it was just like a very, I want to say, toxic in you guys' eyes, like, toxic is also a word to use with discernment, because, you know, the meaning and the value that you attribute to the word toxic, like toxic relationship or toxic person, is also very subjective. Toxic is just one aspect of something, and you can use that in your favor, and you can use that whatever way you please, basically. Either if this has been like some specific instance, or just like a very unhealthy, like tumultuous, ugly relationship, I want to say, this person, I don't recall where I was going with that. This sucks. I guess it will come back if it needs to, but this person was really determined to go to the bottom of that. Like, they really wanted to understand what the hell was going on in there, and they just didn't want to repeat that anymore, not for themselves, not for others, not for you. Oh, yes, I think that's what I wanted to say. Is with this failure card, with I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn, they are aware that whatever happened was the spark that was needed for them to be able to sort of like open their eyes. Like, there's a lot of eye imagery in this. Like, a little eye here and there in the shadows, and here an eye, and just a lot of things going on here. Like, oh, eyes here, eyes here. They know that this is what, they needed this in a certain way to sort of like awaken to the fact that they were sort of like hurting themselves and hurting others, and being sort of like this dark impending tempest energy onto their own life and onto other people's lives. this is not to say that this is all that they are. This is not to say that this is all that they have ever been to you and to people in general. This is just shedding light on this specific aspect, okay? So, but yeah, they're definitely aware that they needed this to happen so that they could basically just see that they couldn't go on like this anymore. So they're kind of grateful for this happening, but this still doesn't take away the fact that they feel really fucking bad for doing that to you. Like, they know that you didn't deserve that. They know that you deserve better. They know, definitely, I do feel like this is a masculine energy, and they see you as this beautiful feminine energy. They really want you to be happy, and they wish they could have treated you better in the past, and they wish that they could have given you, that they would have made you more happy in the past, I want to say, and that they wish they hadn't done you so wrong, and they're sorry if they hurt you. Like, they probably believe, like, we're not reading into your energy currently, like, I do sense some pain from your side, but they definitely feel very sorry for the pain that you've been going through, and they wish that they could reverse that, and that you should not have to pay, or you should not have to, you should not have had to be the catalyst for this person's awakening in that sense. Like, they're grateful for the lessons, but they're all for the lessons that they've been going through and the changes that they've been going through, but they still cannot shake off from the fact that you have had to hurt for this to happen, and they're so freaking sorry for that. Like, they're not proud of that. There's this sense of duality also with this number 2 that is coming through for some reason. There's a sense of duality of, like, there's so much beautiful light that is coming out of me right now, and so much empowerment that I'm finding. Like, I'm not scared of going into my underworld. Like, I'm not scared of my shadow. I'm not scared of the shadow. Like, I have so much understanding and wisdom right now, and I have so much love right now inside of me, and so much happiness also one side. And on the other side, there's this grief, this pain, that they're surrendered. They're very much surrendered, but there's this tinge of frustration and of regret, because they really wish that you had not had to go through all of that, because you didn't deserve that, and they really hope that you're not hurting still, but they do feel like you are. They feel like you have been still, like, very much affected by whatever happened, by maybe by knowing you. They feel like maybe by that you were sort of like a detriment to you having them in your life, that they've made your life worse rather than making it better. And they're so grateful because you have made their life so much better, and you have helped them become a better person in that way. Like, you have literally been the catalyst for change and for transformation for them, and for them to, like, raise their vibration. But on the other side, they feel like they have only brought you down. And I don't know if this is the actual truth, because now, of course, like, we're only reading into this person's energy. And I do, of course, like, get a little vague tinge of, like, background energy from you, which is definitely a lot of pain still. I kind of do feel like you might not want to see this person, you might not want to talk to this person, although if you are watching a like, if you were inquiring about this person in this reading, if this person had to come through to you when you were asking about someone else, then of course you don't have to sit through this if you don't want to. Like, it doesn't matter what this person is doing with their life. If they hurt you and you don't want to have to do anything with them anymore, then you owe it to yourself to stick to that. You should always use your own willpower and your own free will to decide whatever you do with your life and the people that you have in your life, or not. So I don't want to, like, I'm not siding with this person, by the way. I'm not telling them that you should give them a chance or whatever, because of course, like, this is just the energy. I don't know the actual dynamics and, like, the 3D things that occurred. This also might just very much differ per person. Of course, not everyone has the same actual experiences. The thing about collective tarot readings is why they work and why so many people can relate to them is because it's energy. You're reading into energy, and, like, a lot of people can go through the same energies, just in slightly or very different physical 3D scenarios. So yeah, that's also why you should always take these things with a grain of salt, and, like, use your own discernment and know what applies to you and what doesn't apply to you, okay? I feel like we have said all that we had to say about this. I want to take these to the side and look into the tarot. See what the tarot has to say. So what is it that pile 3's person, their feelings, and whatever way they're feeling about pile 3, that they haven't been able when I was shuffling your oracles, I really had this feeling of they not being able to tell you these things. Like they would like to tell you these things potentially, but this is also why I have this feeling of like you guys might be in separation and you might be the one who doesn't want to have contact with this person, who might have broken contact with this person because they kind of don't feel able. Also maybe by their sense of regret, but yeah, there's this sense of impossibility, like you're kind of unreachable to them anymore, and they definitely have hope. They wish they could hope for a reunion, I want to say, because they would totally understand if that's never going to happen. But they wish there was this prospect of rekindling, of getting into touch again. So what is it about Pile 3's person's feelings for Pile 3 that they haven't been able to tell them? One card. Do we have to take these? I guess we're going to take these. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. What else? What else has gone unsaid from this person for Pile 3? Do we have to take these 3? Yes, we do. Okay. So, we also have the Knight of Cups. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. If they could push the reset, the rewind button and unhurt you, they would, like, right away, no matter what the cost would be. Like, they would even... That is a very bold statement, and they might not literally mean that, but I feel called to say, like, if they had to undo their own healing to, like, avoid hurting you, they would. Take that with a grain of salt, because this sentence stinks to me a little, but, you know, maybe this person might have water placements, and since we do have the Nine of Cups, and I do feel this is their energy, like they really wish they could communicate with you. And this is also, again, that comes back to that whole energy that I was feeling, like they aren't able to communicate with you, probably because you might have blocked them or something. You might just not want to talk to them, you might just ignore them, literally, you might just not be receptive to their energy, but they really wish they could talk to you. They really wish they might have actually sort of like left you behind and abandoned you some type of way, and they wish they could undo that, I want to say. We also have the Three of Wands. Yeah, they're kind of low-key. There's this low-key background energy of, they are very much like busy in their own life with sort of like working on their stuff, I guess. It's not they're actually completely literally waiting on you the whole time, but they're definitely sort of like low-key waiting for signs. Like this card also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but there was this very strong image of like them waiting for signs, for basically for a sign that it's okay for you to reach out, or like for them to reach out. They're looking for signs that let them know, maybe signs from you or something, just like from signs from the universe, for them to know that it's okay to reach out to you. We have the Sun to clarify the Two of Swords. What about the Wheel of Fortune? What about the Wheel of Fortune? We have the Ten of Cups. Okay, so look at this Wheel of Fortune. Like these threads are all entangled all around and all over the place in this Wheel of Fortune. And look at how, I guess you could call them threads, but like look at how they're sort of like sorted out. The first thing that came into mind with this is basically like they wish they could just untangle the mess that they've created and just basically just make things right and be happy together, be happy again together. They feel like they've made a mess out of things. Like look at also how very similar vibes to this card to me, just like a whole big mess. And they wish they could undo that. They wish they could just make things right again. If you would give them a chance, they would very happily take that. They would not hesitate. Like, they wish they could give you love and care, like they probably never did, or like they used to do, depending on how that resonates for you. And they also really freaking wish that they could just put things back into place, I want to say. We have the Nine of Wands, which for some reason wants to go below here. What about the Son of Cups, the Knight of Cups? We have the Ten of Swords. I'm not entirely sure if this one wanted to come here or here. Guess I'm just going to pull the next one and see where that one wants to go. Doesn't really matter that much at the end, but you know, it kind of helps with the flow of the story that I have to translate for you viewers. What else does need to go? The Ace of Cups. Oh my god. Does this go like that? Maybe. I think so. Yeah. What about this Three of Wands? What about this Three of Wands? I need to sneeze. Oh. Did that disrupt the flow of the shuffling? What about the Three of Wands? What about the Three of Wands? Death. Oh my lord. And we also have the Star card that flipped over. So I feel that is significant. Let me put these back, because my Virgo ass cannot deal with untidy spreads. We need to take a clarifier for the Star card. Now, first of all, on the bottom of the deck right now, we have the Three of Swords, of course. Of course. I think I'm gonna put this one here as the bottom of the deck energy, because it feels relevant as heck, of course. What about the Star card? Did I mention at the beginning, like, Star in reverse? I think I did. What about the Star card? Oh, we had one card flip over. We had one fall out, which is the Father of Swords, which honestly I saw earlier below this card, so it feels very relevant. And we also have the Father of Wands. Should I... Oh, and on the back of the deck we have the Hierophant in reverse. Let me fix this. Can you still see? You can still see a little bit of the sun. I'm hearing that song that says, like, let the sunshine, sunshine. I mean, not sure if that's relevant, but yeah. Yeah. They wish they could tell you about how, I guess just they wish in general just they could tell you about how they feel about you and about all of the things that we just said. Like, they really wish they could tell you about their feelings, about all of that they went through, and about all of the changes that they went through, about all of the transformations that they went through. Because I feel like perhaps you had been telling them, like, listen, this is not okay what you've been doing. Like, this is not a healthy thing that you've been doing. And you kind of maybe had been waiting, and you've been very patient with them. You've been very patient with them, but they might have been just very stubborn up until the moment that sort of like the bucket sort of like overflowed and it was too late and it was this like entangled mess. They want to talk to you, but they might be scared of even reaching out to you, because they might be scared of the reaction that you might have. So like they might be afraid that if you haven't blocked them, like they don't want you to block them. They want still to be like, they want to be as peaceful with you as possible, of course, but they might be afraid that if they do reach out that you will block them or something, and that you will lash out. And that's also why they're looking for signs, like, is it okay to reach out? Like, they're looking for little cues and clues from you and from the universe to be able to know if this is a good moment to reach out or not. Because they're really terrified of your reaction, I want to say. They really low-key want to talk about starting over new with this like Ace of Cups and the Son of Cups and the Star and the Father of Swords. Like, they want to show you how determined they are to make this work this time. They want to step up their game. They want to be a divine masculine for you. they want to protect you from hurt. Like with this Father of Wands coming being being the clarifier for the Three of Swords in reverse. Like they want to do everything that is in their power. I'm getting like the image of like a fighter, of like a boxer. They want to do everything that is in their power to like unhurt you and to make you feel loved and to make you feel happy and beautiful and everything that you deserve, and to make you feel good. They just want you to feel good, and they don't want you to feel hurt, especially because of them. But they really want to be protective of you. Like they feel like they haven't been doing that enough. And with this Hierophant in reverse, like I feel like this is really about commitment. Like they really don't think that you will. There's also this ambivalence. Again, this is an ambivalence between I want to come towards you, but also like I know that this is not going to work out, so I'm not even going to try probably. Like I know that there's no chance that you're going to give me another chance. I know that there's no chance for me to even be able to untangle this mess that I've created, because they feel like the damage that they've done to you and to the connection is unreversible. They really feel like they've let you down a lot. They've hurt you, and it's just like they feel like you have just such a low vision of them right now. Like you deem them to be such a horrible person, and they don't blame you. They really think like, yes, you're absolutely right. Like I'm a completely new person right now. This is also the ambivalence. Like they recognize how horrible they have been to you, but they also are a completely new person right now. They have changed so much, so they're like, I'm not that anymore. I'm not that person. I'm not that energy anymore. But you are completely right, because I'm also not proud of how I've treated you before and how I've been acting towards you before. So I completely get why you would be upset and just like disgusted, I want to say, also almost at the me from that time. I feel like this is everything that had to come through to you for now. Let's see what we have for advice for you. Pile 3. Again, you should do with this information whatever you believe is right to do for you. Okay, this is not the cards trying to sort of tell you that you should forgive this person. Like, of course, some of you, it might be a good idea to like rekindle with this person, because it might be valuable to listen to what this person has gone through and what this person has to say to you. But for some others of you, it doesn't have to matter. Like if you have moved on, if you want to move on, then you should definitely go after that. Like you will know what is best for you. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. For some of you, releasing negativity will be releasing the tension that exists within you for this person. And for some of you, and actually like rekindling with them. And for some of you, this will mean like it's time to release this past connection, because they have not brought you positivity in life, and it's time to move on from it. So like, again, it will differ. Take that as it resonates. It will differ for everyone. Step out of your comfort zone. This is for some of you. If like, I can almost feel some of you thinking like, should I contact this person? Should I go back to them? Should I like welcome them back into my life? And for some of you, this is a person who, yes, do that thing that is sort of like nudging at you, that you haven't been doing so far. There's this little thing that might be sort of like tickling you, be like, hey, let's try this. And you might definitely want to go into that and see what it brings. But again, use your own discernment, okay? This is just card stock. This is just a lady on YouTube on your screen talking. You know best what is going on in your life. You know best what is good for you. You know this person better. I mean, there have been a lot of changes apparently in this person's life. But you know what is best for you to do. Like, follow your own intuition. Always use your own free will and willpower and own fucking judgment, okay? The end of a the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Yeah, there's definitely some release to come here. Like, this definitely does feel... I'm getting world card vibes. So, like, there's definitely something that is being completed here. Either a rekindling, an actual fresh beautiful start together, or indeed just moving on completely. And maybe this was the reading that is going to give you clarity or something, or closure, or maybe you need to like talk to this person to get closure and actually move on, and sort of like get back in good terms with this person, and let each other know that there's no hard feelings or anything. But whether you actually need to move on or rekindle with this person, or just maybe rekindle in a different way, just like it will differ for everyone. Surrender to the divine. Yeah, full moon. Now I want to take some channeled massages. As I always say, this deck is a little weird to shuffle, so some cards really just always flip over, and I'm not sure why this happens and not with the other deck, because I have another handwritten deck and that deck does not do this. So I'm only going to take the cards that actually fall out, because you cannot trust this deck. I mean, you can, but you cannot trust the cards that are flipped over. There's way too many. I'm not even gonna try right now to fix it, because yeah. Okay, so what would pile 3's person say to pile 3 if they could? If they had the chance and the opportunity, if they could be completely honest, what would they say to pile 3? What would this person say to pile 3 if they could? For some reason, I want to say, like, they want to say everything, every single thing to you that is in this deck. Let's see. For the sake of the video, we are going to have a few cards from this deck, okay? So, what would pile 3's person say to pile 3? Sigh, I can't stop thinking about you. Yeah. I thought so. I thought so. That doesn't need much explanation. Okay, so we have, this is a bit too much for me. I feel like this is not necessarily them, but they would understand if you would say that to them if they reached out. That's the first thing that popped up into my mind with that card. I am terrified. What did I just freaking tell you with reaching out? What else would this person say to pile 3? What would this person say to pile 3 if they could? If they had the chance? What has gone unsaid for pile 3's person to pile 3? What would they tell pile 3 if they could? I feel like this card wants to come out. You inspire me. Like, they might have, if you have not blocked them, so like if they could still like see you on social media, they might see the things that you're doing and like the progress that you're making in your life and the things that you're achieving for yourself, and they might just be like, yes, fuck yeah. What else would this person say to pile 3 if they could? What else? I'm not a good person. This might be one of those, like, I don't feel like this is all the truth that they think about themselves, because they do see themselves as someone who has done a lot of changing and who has a lot of love and goodness, I want to say, inside of them right now. Like, they've changed a lot, okay? So, but they still definitely have that fixed feeling of, I've treated you so poorly and I'm not a good person for that, and I completely understand if you freaking hate me, because I would hate me too. And they actually do hate themselves for that, so they don't blame you. I guess we can take this card. How are you even real? This might also definitely be one of those cases of you only realize what you had until, like, when it's gone. What else would this person say? The pile 3 if they could. Do you have to take these? We have, don't wait for me. Yeah, they don't want you to waste your life for them, I want to say. No one gets me like you do. Like, yeah, you guys definitely had, like, they definitely miss talking to you, because they feel like you would very much understand and see the growth that they've been going through, whereas other people around them might not necessarily. with this don't wait for me, for some of you, this person really just might actually know that it's best for you to actually move on, and that's also why they don't even try to reach out, because they kind of, they don't think it's worth it, and they don't wanna hold you back or something. Like, they actually want you to move on because I wanna say, like, because you deserve better. Like, I wanna say, like, this person knows, for some of you, that this is done for and there's nothing much there, and that their lessons that needed to be learned have been learned, and this was just like one specific chapter that had to go, like it had to go, and now it's gone, I wanna say. Okay, this one wanted to come out and says, I don't want to lose you. And for others of you, they still indeed very much hope that you will allow them back in, I want to say. So because of this deck is, as I said, it's a little weird like that. We don't have any bottom of the deck energy. Okay, so I think this is it for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for letting me read your cards. I really hope that this brought you some type of value, some type of empowerment, some type of insight. Definitely do leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated, as it really means the world to me to know how this lands on the other side of the camera. And also feel free to leave a like and subscribe, as it really helps me with the algorithm. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.